Hey, welcome back to the Village and the Streets. We are the Black Flames. I am Dr. Griffs.
My name is Bam, and welcome back to the channel for another video. And it's been a while.
It definitely has been a while, but we've been busy people. Know what I'm saying? We've been working on different things. We're different lighting setup, different area altogether. Know what I'm saying? But we haven't forgotten about y'all. We have a different type of episode today. We're gonna be a little bit more reflective about our own personal lives, and maybe not say any names or anything like that, but there's people who support us. There's people who are near and dear to us that some of us live with, some of us visit.
Yeah.
So
different perspectives we're going to share on this topic. Different perspectives.
Especially since 2020 has been a rough couple of years. I think these people in our corners have been extremely vital. Yeah. So what are we talking about today?
Well, today, guys, if you can't read the title that we left out for you guys, we're talking about the benefits of being in a relationship, short-term to long-term, or if it's a fling or a situationship. Maybe not a situationship. Let's not talk about that. But in terms of being in a committed, healthy relationship, what are the benefits of that? And I think Dr. Griffs alluded to it is having somebody in your corner is a very powerful thing, right? Having somebody, especially and I would love to hear your point of view about it, because you actually live with your partner, is having somebody there to support you in ways that you didn't even expect or think about is really crazy, especially if it's a person that really cares about you and is committed to you, and of course you're committed to them and you care about them. Because it's a very magical and powerful thing, in my opinion. What's your thoughts about that?
Oh yeah, it's especially since I started working full time, I would think about investing in some new equipment or different software, and it comes with a price tag, and I'm like, hey, what do you think about this? Hey, I know it's a little bit more expensive, and they'd be like, listen, you know what you need to do, you know what you need to get. If it makes sense to you, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Sometimes you need a little extra validation for your wallet.
True. Because there's some days where I'm mentally on point, where everything that comes into my head and I process, I'm like, yo, I'm the one. This is what I'm supposed to be doing. I don't need nobody to tell me anything. But then there's other times where you're just like, damn, should I really do this? I don't know what the repercussions of this is. And then I'll call babe, and then I'm like, yo, babe, let me talk to you about it. And sometimes she doesn't even provide me any opinion about it. It's the fact that I'm talking through it. And then as I'm talking through it, the idea is yeah, you're the one, just do it. You're like, yeah, thanks for listening, babe. I really appreciate it. So even having a person just there to listen to you ramble and go to your thoughts can be very, very beneficial.
That's a fact. Bam, I probably talk to him more than most people in my life. But if I'm crying, if I'm sad, I'm probably not gonna call up Bam.
Yeah.
I'm probably gonna talk to my partner, be like, hey, such and such happened to me today. This is what I'm going through. So just being able to, because we as YouTubers, as people, we put up a certain image of ourselves. You know what I'm saying? We put in energy around us, but it's good to just be able to just decompress and just be, I guess, the most authentic you when they're around, I guess.
True. I think I heard a YouTuber say this. Oh yeah, my favorite YouTuber, Corey Kenshin. He said, and I'm not going to use our real names, obviously, but Corey Kenshin said, Corey Kenshin is Corey, but Corey isn't Corey Kenshin. So it's Bam is me, but I'm not Bam, right? So it's kind of so I'm showing whenever I do my videos or whenever I'm doing this podcast with you, I'm showing my real self, but I'm not showing all of my real self. You know what I mean? I'm not going to be super vlogging like Casey Neistat and show you like, oh, showing like, oh, I lost my camera. Like, it's like I'm not gonna show all of those aspects of myself, but you kind of show at a level you feel comfortable with, and that links back to the benefits of having a loving, committed partner. Is that not everybody in the world you could be open with, right? And you have to like filter out the people you have to filter out the people you interact with. And it is extremely rare, extremely rare to find someone you can genuinely be really open and caring with. Like Dr. Griffs, like in real life, is one of my closest friends. I would argue like my best friend, right? But he's right. It's like, there's a difference between like your really closest friend and your partner that you're committed to like living life with moving forward, right? And it's like me and Dr. Griffs, we ain't even married yet, so we don't even know that level. We don't even know that level. But at this level of like being, because both me and Dr. Griffs are, if you're okay with saying this, like we're both in long-term committed relationships. It's a different level of closeness, a different level of closeness, and for you to just be able to drop your armor and your protection of yourself so that you can do healing with a person, so that you can go through, say for example, like something that triggered you when you were younger, you can actually have someone that you can talk to and they understand that and you can process that. And you don't have to pay for therapy. Now, sometimes you may want to pay for therapy to fix that up, but but it's just great to have somebody there to help you process those things, and you can help them process things because it's a two-way street. You can't be selfish with it.
No, that's a fact. Like, there's been times where I've been sick or I just haven't felt well, and it's just a lot to go through that day, and that person's just there for me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And there's some logistical benefits. Like I don't drive, or I don't drive as this recording.
Yeah.
And my drives, they have a car. You know what I'm saying? I try to compensate them for their time, but even things like that. Mm-hmm. I DJ, and part of DJing, there's equipment that I have to assemble, there's equipment that I put away, and they know exactly what I need. Man. They set it up for me. So that's one less thing I have to worry about in preparation for an event. So I don't know. It's just you don't realize how much someone does for you. Like I was going to work. I woke up, and I usually eat two PB&J sandwiches for lunch, right? Mm-hmm. And like some granola bars. That takes about like 10-15 minutes to assemble, depending on how fast I'm moving or like that. And I would be about to leave to work, and it's already made. I said, that is very helpful.
Damn.
Little thing, that's a huge thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Of course. Man.
10-15 minutes changes how fast I'm biking to work.
And it's a different level when you're living with a partner. And keep in mind, guys, this is all built on the foundation of being with a loving, committed person. And again, I want to emphasize how rare it is to find somebody like that for yourself, because, it's like the person's, for context, I'm 27 years old. So it's like I don't think I've lived long enough to interact with people that out the gate are just built that way. I feel like to get that, they go through the dating stages, and of course you should be having fun at every stage, but they get through the rough patches and everything to really discover for yourself that this person is, oh snap, this person really is here for me. It's like, it's a really powerful thing. But one of the you wanted to say something, Doctor?
Yeah, I was thinking, like, as I got older, I've become a more recluse, or like more like a hermit.
Yeah.
Like I'm not really that interested in getting to know new people or new friends. I'm kind of just like, it's me, bam, my family, and my wife. So it's kind of just, I don't know. I feel like I could be good at making friends.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's a lot of energy to try to do that, to try to foster that relationship.
Heard you. Yeah, it's true. And I feel like it's also maybe as we're getting older, our priorities are changing more towards trying to build up our resources and, trying to, I don't even want to use the term make a name for ourselves, but we're also content creators on social media platforms, so we're technically doing that, right? Yeah, it's like the change. So that actually goes into one of the other benefits I was going to bring up, is it saves you time. And I'm talking to my guys out here, man. It saves you time, bro. And depending on your situation, depending on the type of partner you have, it may save you money as well. You know what I mean? Like, it saves you time. Like I know a lot of you guys, especially like the younger guys or guys in my age group, is like, it's like the high thirst levels. Like, you just want to like go after every cute girl you see and everything. That takes a lot of time out of your schedule. That takes a lot of money if you're going on dates with these girls and you're trying to impress them and everything. And that takes a lot of like emotional, mental energy as well, because you're going through the process of being rejected by 80 to 90% of the girls you go up to. So that takes a little bit of a toll on your head. Unless you're Chad levels, then maybe you're only getting rejected by 50%. But and then you're also going on dates with these girls, right? Going to these restaurants to impress them and taking money out of your pocket. And then sometimes, because I've been in a dating thing for a little bit, sometimes you sit down with a girl that after 15 minutes you realize this ain't it. Sometimes you realize, like, oh snap, she doesn't like anime. This is not gonna work. Like,
no, yeah, I'm cheap and broke. I'm broke and cheap, so I can't really do the dating thing. I just, maybe the dollar menu, perhaps. I don't know. 99 and below stores. I just can't afford to do the cheating, the dating. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So shout out to all the people who could do that. I'm broke. I'm a mid-value man.
Also, I think a thing I also realized when it came to dating is that if a girl in particular really likes you, if she like really likes you, like for you, she doesn't necessarily need you to take her out to like the fanciest restaurant. Sometimes if she really likes you and she really wants to get to know you, she's down for a coffee shop. She's down for a walk. You know what I mean? But you gotta justify based on like, her particular taste, when she's talking to you and seeing like, okay, what does she usually like wear or walk around with? Like, what places does she say that she hangs out frequently with? You could get an idea if it's one of those a little bit annoying things that kind of takes the romance element out of it. But as a guy, I think you have to think about it in terms of, can you afford to be with a particular girl based on her tastes? And that's just an objective thing. If her tastes are wild and everything, if her taste is like Nobu every Wednesday, then
once a different country every Monday, every other month, traveling.
Like, if she gives you her Instagram, I think if you check her Instagram and you see like, yo, she out here, and nothing wrong with that, right? Nothing wrong with that. If she's out here just living her best life every post, and there's a lot of posts of that, hey, she might not be in your price range. Or she might be in your price range. You might be that guy. You might have that money set aside right now. But I think for most guys... Huh? What he said?
I was saying I can go half on a Metro card.
Yo, I could go half on a Metro. But yeah, I'd say for most guys in their 20s, they're probably like a girl that wants to, and that's just a super exaggeration, but a girl that wants to go to Nobu every Wednesday might not be. She might have a great personality. She might have the physique that you're interested in. You guys might connect mentally together. She might even be physically attracted to you. But I do think there's a fundamental thing of like, women in particular, I think in my experience, just talking from my experience, I think women in particular really desire a guy that is capable of providing resources for them so that they can live the quality of life that they're interested in living. And they kind of like, when they're deciding to date a person initially, they're like, it's like, I know I'm attracted to this guy, I think he's funny, but can he take care of me at the level that I would like to be taken care of? Yeah.
What do you look for in a partner?
I look for, so first off, I gotta be physically attracted to my partner. If I'm not physically attracted to my partner, it's like, we're not even talking. I'm being good friends with you. I'm showing you positive energy all the time. But if I don't feel that desire to like want to be with you in that way, it's not going to happen. So that's first thing. Second thing I look for is, honestly, like Dr. Griffs knows this about me. I'm a very spiritual person. My religion is directly Christianity, so I follow that. So to me, having a partner that is on that same wavelength spiritually is important to me. And then third, she gotta be into anime, yo. She gotta be into anime. Like, to be honest with you, bro, I've dated girls that's not into anime, and it just doesn't work for me. I've dated girls that are open to even are so interested and attracted to me that they were down to like watch a couple episodes of anime with me. They were like, oh yeah, like I'll definitely watch some Attack on Titan with you. Oh yeah, I'll definitely watch some, I forget this other anime I was watching with a girl, but whatever. And I'm just like, because I'm watching it and I'm like, oh snap, they do. And I'm looking over and she's like, yeah, it was cool. I was like, nah, not for me. Now some guys might be cool with that because like, whatever specific passions or hobbies they have, they might not necessarily really need or care about a person to be into that. But for me, I care about anime to such a high degree that I have a whole YouTube channel that I promote to talk about it. Like I'm trying to get like, I have little figurines I have around the place. Like, anime is an integrated part of like what I enjoy. I try to go to Comic Cons and stuff.
That's fair.
You know, like, it's integrated into my life to a degree that I'm like, there's too many people, specifically women in the world, that are into anime that fit my requirements of physical attraction to, that I'm not going to settle for a girl that's not into it.
Wow. So, anime is like, so that's like, so you said
physical attraction, spiritual connection to God, anime, and a really good a foundation in willing to work together with a person, like being like, okay, it's not my way or the highway, but like, let's meet in the middle. Because I'm always down to meet in the middle. I'm always down to be like, okay, it doesn't have to necessarily be exactly what I want, but what's a way that we can have a middle ground where we're both cool with and happy with.
So if they got 3 out of those 4 things, there's no anime, it's a dub?
It's a dub, to be honest with you. It's a dub. Now, Marvel. Now, if they're really into Marvel, I can work with that. We gotta be really into something. We gotta be really into something that is like nerdy, so that there's a fundamental, like, so I can observe a deep level of respect for my nerdy thing. So if she's really into video games, there's a good chance, even if she's not into anime, there's gonna be a fundamental level of, oh, I respect the fact you're into this nerdy thing because I'm also into this nerdy thing. Boom. You get what I'm saying?
That's fair. I hadn't really thought about that. Mm-hmm. I'm not that deep into most things, but one thing that I'm definitely into is like music.
Yeah.
Is that music creation. So if there's someone who's just against listening to my music, mm-hmm. or couldn't listen to my music, I can see how that could be a difficult thing in a relationship. I just never, when you brought up anime, I'm like, is that deep with anime? But
for me it's that deep. For some other people, it may not be. Like, like my little brother he hasn't been in a relationship yet, But my little brother has told me that like as long as she's willing to give anime a chance and like watch it with me every now and then, I'm cool with that. I'm like,
I think
you're on that wavelength too?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I feel like there's nothing wrong with that. I think it's about what would bring you personal fulfillment. I just know in me, a girl like I've been with, like my girl right now, loves anime. She's looking up anime that I have not even heard about. And I'm like,
That's
yo,
dope.
you should check out this anime with. Like she recently, bro, she recently started watching One Piece. She started watching and like I've been trying to, not necessarily really trying to get into watching One Piece, because I love One Piece, and I feel like One Piece is this is a side note, One Piece is one of the greatest stories ever told. But she is very like, she's a very aesthetic person. So like she cares about characters that look really aesthetic, like Bleach characters, you know what I mean? So whenever she looked at One Piece, she was like, ugh, yuck. I'm not even gonna give that a chance. So the fact that she gave that a chance, I'm like, yo, hold on. You trying to get
how far? How far?
She told me she only got to like episode 4 yet, but she didn't give up. She didn't give up yet. I told her, hey, listen, it's the story really starts to pick up after episode 300, yo.
I can whenever I try to recommend anime people, I go to Death Note. I would never say One Piece.
Yeah, that note is a solid one. But I don't need for her. I don't need to recommend anything because she's already watched that note. She's already watched Fullmetal Alchemist. She's already watched the fundamentals. She doesn't like Dragon Ball Z because there's not much in there that's like really catered towards her specifically.
Yeah.
But yeah, I that's the thing that makes me be like, yo, because here's the thing. I'm gonna ask you 2 questions. The first one was actually going to ask you the question you asked me about what do you look for personally, and then the second thing I kind of want to bring up and kind of hear your thoughts about is I feel like a reality is that as guys or as human beings in general, we can have attraction for multiple people, right? And I feel like for me, if you're not going after the person that really fulfills you, not just physically, but like mentally and emotionally, when another person comes into your life and you have to interact with them for work or whatever, and they have those qualities, your loyalty might get questioned, if you get what I'm saying. You get what I mean? It's like if you don't have a solid foundation to be like, this person really fulfills me in all the ways that I'm kind of looking for, and then this other person pops up. I'm not trying to say, you know what I'm trying to say, but I'm not trying to say it. All right, for those people that don't get it, it's like, listen, you want to be with a person you want to be with, or you increase your likelihood of the temptation of cheating on them. And to me, it's like, I feel like, why make it harder for yourself to be loyal to a person? Just by like, yeah, I guess I'll be with this person because I'm lonely or whatever. Then a random person pops into your life for not even like you going out of your way, but like you meet them at work or something, and you have to work with them. And then it's just like, oh snap, this person has everything I'm looking for. It's like, you don't want to be there, man. You don't want to be there. It's because you're gonna hurt somebody if you're in that kind of situation.
General advice: you probably shouldn't date anybody you work with. That's just.
Oh yes.
That's probably potentially a problem. So don't do that. General advice.
Advice: don't do it. It messes up the money, bro. It messes up the money.
The bag is it's one of the most important things. Not the most important, but it's definitely up there. So I didn't really get the second question.
Okay. No, it's more like a topic.
Framing?
Yeah.
Okay. I think for me, in terms of what I'm looking for, definitely attractiveness, 1. 2, personality. Like, are they a kind person? Are they a funny person? You know what I'm saying? Are they a flexible person?
Okay.
3, probably intelligence. Like, I think personality is more important to me than how smart they might be or what knowledge they have. You know what I'm saying? Right. But intelligence is also relatively important to me.
Like, what would you mark like what are instances that you're like intelligent? What do you mean?
Oh, maybe like the way they think about a situation.
Like if they're logical, they put 2 and 2 together.
Yeah, logical and just general knowledge. Like we were talking about chromosomes yesterday.
Yeah.
I took biology. But I was not a biology major. You know what I'm saying? They're saying like, yes, that's accurate. I'm like, oh, okay. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Do they know stuff? Do they read books? Do they listen to books? You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I think intelligence is important to me because I don't want to. I tend to have random conversations. Like this podcast is just a whole bunch of random conversations. You know what I'm saying?
True.
So if the person can't add to the conversation or it's kind of like. Okay.
Yeah. Like can you ask your partner like a random question that doesn't really make sense? Like if you were born with an elephant nose, like how would you live your life? You know.
It depends on their mood that day. You know what I'm saying? But it's just understandable. But intelligence is definitely key. I guess that's a bit of personality, but like helpfulness. But that's a bit of the personality. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, there's nothing like I do music. I'm not saying I wouldn't date a deaf person, but like I could see how that could complicate things in our relationship. So maybe long term, that's probably not the best situation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like so you and religion, like if y'all have opposite views of religion, that might complicate things. So. Yeah,
because I feel like if you could have opposite views of stuff in a relationship, but when you think about like a long-term thing that potentially can lead to you marrying that person and having kids for that person, you gotta think about like what values you want to instill in your kid.
And it's just I think it's if the opposites are foundational things about the people, then it will ruin things. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like. I like pizza and they can hate pizza. That's not that deep.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
That just means more pizza for me when I order pizza.
Yes. I'm a pizza shop owner, pizza everything.
Yeah.
And you're lactose intolerant or you're gluten, like that could start complicating things. Depends on how
integrated that thing is in your life, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Like I'm not gonna say this because I don't want to tell you guys my weaknesses, but Dr. Griffs knows something that I am that's a weakness for me. I'm allergic to, and my girl, like I tell her like, no, you can keep it in that. Like if we move in together, you can keep it in the house. It's perfectly fine. I'm just not gonna touch or anything. And she's like, yo, I barely eat it anymore. I'm like, yo, I don't want you to give up the thing that. Like that. She's like, yo, it's not even that big of a deal. It's like I'd rather not have that in the house, or I'd rather not eat that, because what if I eat that and then I'm like, hey, welcome home, babe. Mwah.
No, fair.
Kiss of death right there. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
Do you do you notice that for you? Because I know you have something. Well,
but nah, she does the similar thing. Like either she would like bleach the sink when she's done, or like make sure she like really brushes her teeth, Listerine and all that stuff. So
yeah,
awfulness is a key one. But yeah, it gotta be kind to my family. You know what I'm saying? I think those are the most important things. I think I'm pretty flexible about those things as long as I'm attracted to them. Long term. First time, if you're not attracted to the person, you're not going to talk to them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And also, I think a pro thing is like, for guys, I think we cannot, and girls too, I feel like we cannot understate, because it might come off to some people as shallow. Oh, you gotta be attracted to the person. It's like, yes, you have to be attracted to the person. And you have to make sure, in my opinion, I want to be attracted to that person to the extent of my life. So my girl personally has habits that are, she's building habits that will change her diet. She's working out consistently. And I want to make sure I stay attracted to her, so I'm doing the same things as well. That's one of the reasons. I have other reasons. Obviously, I'm working out and doing all that stuff.
Yeah.
But just because a girl or a guy that is 21 or 22 you're attracted to, it might not, based on, you gotta look at their habits. If they're eating and drinking every weekend, if they're eating pizza and fried food at every meal, that metabolism, like, and Dr. Griffs has the top tier best metabolism of any human I've met, but it's like that metabolism is going to slow down eventually.
I have a theory.
Okay.
Have a separate conversation offline, but I think after the junior year of college, most people that don't keep it up just drop from there.
Yeah, most people. I absolutely agree.
Junior year is peak physical, this was the stereotypical physical attractiveness. You know what I'm saying? I think that's your junior year of college. After that, it just slowly or fastly declines.
Yeah, I would say, like even talking for me, I think when I hit 25, that's when I noticed, like, oh, I can't play around with my nutrition and my workout habits anymore. I can't just go to the gym 2 times a week, just lift some weights around and get poof, yeah, I'm ready to go. It's like I have to take stretching more seriously. I have to take what I eat more seriously. I have to take what I do to my body more seriously. What up? Are you dying? What's?
Yeah, I was joking. Look, he was.
Oh man. If you don't have a friend that's willing to laugh at you while you're dying, then do you even have a friend? I don't think you do.
That's my real friend, yo. That's not right.
But
can we?
Yeah.
I made sure to die muted.
Shout out to you, man. You didn't mess up my audio with all that annoying coughing and dying, bro. I appreciate that.
No problem.
Which I feel like would impact you more because you're the one that deals with the audio stuff on the podcast.
I look out for future. I try to look out for future.
Hold on, timestamp 32. Hold on. I forgot what I was saying. I think.
Honestly, I did too. I was kind of in the middle of something.
Yeah,
so
you were dying. I get it. I understand. Okay, guys, but I feel like we're hitting that time, guys. Any final thoughts you want to share with your people, Doctor?
Yeah, I think the major pros summarized for me. I know loyalty. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, if I ask them a question, I know that they have my best interest in mind. You know what I'm saying? They're not going to put me in that compromises me or the brand or just how I would be doing long term.
Yeah.
Usefulness. Like, they could cook, they could drive. They're friendly. You know what I'm saying? That's useful in, like, communication with somebody. Imagine you doing a business meeting and the person just stone faced, not want to talk. That could ruin the whole business meeting. You know what I'm saying?
I hear what you're saying. Yeah.
What else? Attractiveness. You know what I'm saying? I'm attracted to the person, and they can help keep me focused because I know that I have someone that I am living with, working with, building with. There's less likely I'm going to waste time trying to communicate with someone else outside. I know if I see this person on the street, they're just a person. They're just an NPC. You know what I'm saying? They're just a background character. Then it just keeps me focused. So when I get home, I can work on the music, the video stuff. So save me time long term.
Yes, absolutely.
And I think another thing is I like investing in things or people.
Okay.
So if I'm like, oh, I see you're working on this project. If I can help you get this for your project, I can see where you started, where you got right now.
Yeah.
Versus me, $30 for this dinner, $40 for this dinner. I don't even eat like that. I like a PB&J sandwich and I'm good to go. So like, I can be like, okay, I better get you just one big thing so I can see what you can do with it versus date there. Can't do it.
And that's a very intelligent, but that also is a thing that's conditional on your partner, right? If your partner doesn't have those desires, ambitions to improve in certain thing, then it's like, and they just care about having a good time every day, that might not work for most people's situations. That's the thing.
I think that goes back to intelligence, what I was talking about. You know what I'm saying? Rational thinking and all that.
Yeah.
Financially rational thinking as well.
Yeah. I think that's a really important qualities. I think I remember what I was saying is like, I feel like you could be attracted to a person and if, when you first meet them, but keep in mind, if they don't have those habits, if they don't make those lifestyle decisions to maintain that, there might come a point in time, 5, even 10 years down the line, where you're just like, dang, like this is not what I signed up for, right? And I feel like for guys in general, I think as long as they find their girl attractive, that does a lot for them to stay in the game with her, right? And I think for a guy particularly, you kind of have to, you got to be in line with what she finds attractive as well. You know, it's like you can't let yourself go and expect her to not let herself go as well. You can't. You got to lead by that example if you want that in the relationship.
And I think it's important that you find your partner attractive.
Yes.
Because if you value how they look, you probably also will think someone else values how they look.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Which will make you also stay on point.
Yeah. That competitive, like, no. This 6'5" guy with 6 packs. No. I guess, yeah. That's a good point of motivation as well.
He said, I'm not the only one to have eyes that can recognize how attractive this person is. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
Yeah. I think my final thoughts about it is very in line with Dr. Griffs. I feel like make sure you're attracted to that person. Number one, that's the first thing you see. Literally, first thing you see. Make sure you're attracted to the person. Make sure the desire in yourself to want to be with that person is there. Make sure you connect. Make sure the foundation of the things you want for your life is in line with each other, and ultimately, like, try to, you know, if you're with a person and it feels there's gonna be periods in time in your life with your partner that it's gonna feel like work. That's just like how life is sometimes, you know, like sometimes someone's having a bad week or sometimes someone's having some issues in their life, and to be in a committed relationship, it's like a commitment. You gotta like work with it. But to me, I feel like you want to be with a partner that at least 80% of the time, you know, you're having a good time with a person. You feel fulfilled, you feel happy, you feel at peace for that person. That person just overall makes you feel positive stuff 80% of the time, in my opinion.
I spoke to a married person recently, and I was like, yo, why did you marry them? And one of the things that they said was like, you know, after the honeymoon phase, this is before they were married. Okay. They're like, after the honeymoon phase and anything like that, I realized I could just not do anything with the person. I could just sit there in a room and I have to force a conversation. We could just be on opposite ends doing whatever we want. I feel like I didn't have to put on such a that bravado. You know what I'm saying? Like this. And it's just peace. I found peace with the person. Finding peace, and especially in these times, could be relatively. It should be cherished when you have peace. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to drop that bar for y'all.
And with that bar, I think we should end it right there. Yo. All right, guys, we appreciate you guys taking the time to watch and engage with this video. If you're in a long-term relationship and you have advice you want to share with people, or your thoughts and opinions about it, leave it in the comment section down below. If you're a single person and you want to share your experience down below with that in terms of dating and whatever, keep in mind we're not no dating channel. We're not no thing like that. We're just two dudes that we're just two dudes like a little bit nerdy talking about stuff that we like talking about, you know?
I have one final question for you, Ben.
Oh shit. Okay, hit me.
Anime is your third on your list.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
If you 50, 60-year-olds, do you think it's going to be third on your list?
If I'm a 50, 60-year-old?
Yeah.
Me? 30 years from now?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay, that was my question.
For sure. At least At least that's what I think now. I don't know. 30 years from now is a long time.
Yeah, fair.
But
I guess people change, and what people want in a relationship changed throughout the years. So I wasn't sure if obviously attractiveness being important. Maybe when you're older, you might not be as active, so maybe it might not be as important. I guess keep in mind that this conversation is in the lens of some 20-somethings.
Yes.
So we're not 40-something near retirement age people. We're still hopefully in the springtime of our youth, as Guy Sensei would say.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
The spring, the youth, the power of youth. Yeah, that is very true. We are limited based on our life experience, and so we don't promote that we are like gurus. We don't promote that we know what life is and try to think we know life better than anyone else. Like you, a viewer watching this may look at us and be like, these kids don't know what they talking about. We're just talking from our experience, and me and Dr. Griffs, I know we are open to learn and evolve. So like if you have some input you want to share with us down below about topics and stuff to keep in mind and everything, like Dr. Griffs always tells me about the reality and stuff about living with your partner, and I haven't gotten to that point yet. And like I take what he says to heart, and I try to process that and be like, okay, cool. So I feel like it's very important to continually evolve, no matter what age you're at, But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Like the video if you enjoyed this conversation. Comment your thoughts down below. And of course, subscribe if you want to see more of our faces. Also linked in the description is links to both Dr. Griffs and my channel. So check those out if you want to see more of our faces and hear our voices in other contexts. And yeah, we appreciate you guys. This is Bam and Dr. Griffs. Peace.